Today, I wanted to talk about bullying. I've heard so many stories about kids being bullied in school or bullied online, and as a result, they end up committing suicide because it just becomes too much. There's a story that I saw online last year, 2019. There's a young lady named Jemiah Davis from Norfolk, Virginia. So she was being bullied because her skin was damaged because when she was a baby, she was scalded accidentally with boiling water. So she has burn marks on her body. And the kids were making fun of her because of that. They were calling her ugly. They were saying other types of things. And it became so difficult to deal with that her mother had to have her enroll in online school. There's another example of someone who was being bullied. This young lady was in her 20s. She was a Japanese singer. I think I heard about this story months ago. And people were making these different comments about her online. I don't know if she had any mental illness issues or depression, but as a result, she took her own life. And there's even yet another example of a young boy, 8 years old. He was from Cincinnati, and this story was also from 2019. His name was Gabriel Tay, and he was bullied. He took his own life as well. That story really was shocking to me because I couldn't understand how could a baby, an 8-year-old, even have a thought to take his own life. Like, how does an 8-year-old think to do that as an option? So in a way, I understand why people who are going through things like this, who are being bullied, they may think that it's a easy option. Like, you don't have to deal with the pain, you don't have to deal with the humiliation, the nasty comments, the insults. It hurts to go through something like that. People who are bullied, they usually feel like they're trapped, they're overwhelmed. They may not really know how to deal with a situation like that. In the past, I've had people to say all kinds of crazy things about me. And in addition to that, I was also suffering from low self-esteem. I didn't know who I was. I didn't like myself. I didn't like my personality. And I can remember one day I felt so low and so down. And I was just thinking to myself, like, ugh, why am I still struggling with this? Why am I, why can't I seem to overcome this? And I remember a thought coming to me that basically said something like, if I wasn't here anymore, I wouldn't have to deal with this. And I thought, that's kind of weird. But then I realized that was not my thought. That was a thought from the enemy. And I have goals and I have different things that I want to do. So I'm not trying to hurt myself. I think that's the case with most people. Like, I don't think they really intend to do that. It's a thought that comes, and I guess they start thinking about it like, hey, maybe this is the answer. I really believe that any type of thought, a thought where you're trying to think of ways to hurt yourself, or even just a thought of like, I don't want to be here anymore. I believe those are thoughts from the enemy, and it's demonic. Those thoughts are designed to get you to take your life. Don't fall for it. Do not believe the lies. So if you're going through a situation where you're being bullied, don't give them that power. Don't let them win. I've heard so many stories about somebody that committed suicide as a result of bullying, and the bullies went to that person's funeral, and you know what they did? All they did was laugh. And hearing something like that just sickens me. Like, what kind of person are you to do something like that at somebody's funeral. You must be really, you got a couple of screws loose or something. Something is wrong with you. But it's not worth it. Like, don't take your life. That's what they want you to do. Don't take your life just because, somebody doesn't like you, somebody doesn't think you're cool. Who cares what they think? So I'm going to give you a few reasons of why I think kids and adults bully others. So one reason is because they could be insecure, they could be jealous. They might secretly envy the person that they're targeting, and they may look at that person and feel like that person has something that they want, but the bully cannot have it. They can't really obtain it. And that could be, maybe it could be a material thing that they're looking at. Maybe it could just be your characteristics, your personality. Like, maybe it's something that they admire about you in a way, but they know that they can never be like you. Just think about it. Anybody that spends a lot of time and energy to make you miserable, to try to mess with you about any little thing, or to try to constantly have some insult to say to you, that person has issues. And if a person's dealing with issues, they could also be taking their issues out on you. So it may not really be about you. So another reason why people may bully others is that they look for those who are different. So if you're quiet, if you have a sweet personality, if you are kind to others, if you're a loner, if you're the type of person that comes to work and you just do your job and that's it, you don't really socialize, if you don't follow the crowd, they've got their eye on you. It's like if you're different, something is wrong. It's like being different, or somebody else being different, is foreign to them. You're trying to be who you are, but they don't really know how to be them, how to be themselves. So another reason why people may bully others is because it's a power thing for them. They want to see how far they can go. They may feel like they can be powerful by hurting others, or it could be just a test to see how you'll respond. And I think another reason why people bully other people, they may not have been raised right by their parents. They may have seen their parents or family members behave badly towards other people. It could just be a learned behavior, I guess. And I think another reason is peer pressure. They may know what they're doing is wrong, but if they're, they got a crowd of people around them, they don't want to go against the crowd. They don't want to start trouble with the crowd. They don't want to rock the boat, so they're going to do what everybody else is doing. I just want to say, don't fall for the nonsense. You have a right to be here on this earth and live your life. I don't care what race you are. I don't care how old you are. God has a purpose and a plan for your life. He wants you to be here. So, like I said before, the problem is not you. So don't think, oh, I must have done something. It must be my fault. No, it's not your fault. The devil will use whoever he can to try to extinguish your light. And he'll try to get you to extinguish your own light. So don't fall for the nonsense.